with the price action we have had in the last week, it is very easy to miss moves and then beat yourself up for missing the move. And in the communities I'm involved in, I see a lot of people that are afraid to pull the trigger. And what that means is just procrastinating over finding the perfect entry. And in market moves like this, when the momentum is strong, it's very difficult to get the perfect entry. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples of where you could have found an entry in this week's move. So here I've got the chart that starts around the 6th of November when the momentum really took off again. And I'm going to dial in right now to where that price action started to get some velocity. And you can see here on my wave system, I think about charts in waves. I live near the water, and when I first started learning to trade, I really just saw the charts with momentum and waves. And so I've built out these indicators for myself that show me the momentum in the markets. Back at this move on Wednesday the 6th, I actually missed this move. I was busy with life. So the question is, where do I get in and get involved? And as you can see, my mini waves turned green. I've also got green on my 231 moving average wave here. And what that means is I have a signal that the 4 hour is in play, which means there's a high probability that the momentum will last for a while, so I need to look for an entry. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the Trade by Design system on the top of mine, and we're going to look, we can see we've got some really strong green candles through here. So where to get an entry, and procrastination and looking for the perfect entry, you know, looking for perfect entries in markets like this, you're not going to find them. So what could we look for instead? Well, right along here, we can see that the candle action, we've got a stopping volume candle here, this green one, and you can see that the buy up tail is it's actually not such a high volume candle, but it was a strong reaction off the moving average here. This is a 50 moving average, and this one here is a 77 simple moving average that I use on my wave. And I had a conjunction of points here that were very nice, not perfect because the volume wasn't so high, but that is the perfect place to take an opportunity on an imperfect entry. So mark out your risk. I'm going to put the stop below that last candle here. Okay, so I've got on this particular one, it's like a 0.8% price move risk. That is different when you're calculating your risk on the exchange. As price moves up, you can actually adjust your profit targets, but you've got your entry there. After that entry has run, there's another interesting entry point you could look for. Even though we don't have perfect parameters again, we can see that the candle is holding the 50 EMA, and that is another entry point that could be considered. And on my system, I had the burst of the small green mini wave on top. So that was an interesting entry point. And again, you can take an entry, even if you took the entry here, you can bring your stop loss up to under the candle, or you can bring it back to that last candle here. And as you can see, it did actually run further. So that is an example of two imperfect entries that, being involved in the markets, you need to have the confidence to take trades and not wait for perfect entries. So there's some of the trade entries that I've been looking at in the communities I'm involved with. If you'd like to know more, there's some links below. Give us a thumbs up, and I hope that helps. You can be confident to pull the trigger.